I got one amen over here. I got two amens over there. But this has overall been excellent and good, very informative. The final question is, what is your position on curbside single-stream recycling? Do you think Killeen should maintain a three-card system that provides incentives for people who recycle more? The question again is, what is your position on curbside single-stream recycling? Do you think Killeen should maintain a three-card system that provides incentives for people who recycle more? I'll start with Mr. Gilmore.
To me, that question needs to be asked in about 6 or 7 months, because we got our solid waste rate study back, and the city of Killeen is looking to create its own MRF and partner with Fort Hood, Coppers Cove, Parker Heights, and Killeen, and have all of their materials delivered to Killeen. And so, until we have that discussion, I don't think it's appropriate to answer that question right now.
Thank you. Mr. Gilmore. Next, Mr. Cigar.
Well, I think, I agree. I think that, you know, we're hearing a lot of discussion going on, and we're still doing the preliminaries on that. I think that, my personal opinion, I think that somehow it needs to be incentivized. You know, it's not just charge citizens automatically to do that. I think especially now, since a couple of weeks ago, we did end up raising the rates on our water on a citizen. So, you know, we don't want to add another extra fee on top of that here a few months later. I think that it's important in order for them to even participate. We got to figure out, okay, when that plan comes out, how are we going to get the citizens to actually partake and use the system, not just charge them? So I think that some sort of incentives to get them to do that, whether it's lowering their bills a little bit, paying them, whatever, you know, it's undecided yet, and I'm sure that's all going to come out. But at least right now, you know, you know that we still got a lot of work to do on that.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cigar. Mr. Clark, same question, sir.
I'll get to solid waste, but since the press is here, I need to clarify 2 things. One, we didn't increase water rates. We increased solid waste rates. And we have not received a preliminary budget. We received the glossy version of our budget, which is the summation of our budget. So we'll get our preliminary budget here in another month or so. So I didn't want that to end up in the press, that we raised water rates and we have a preliminary budget, because the city manager's phone might start ringing if we did that. A 3-card system for recycling. Let's just think about this logically for a second. We are now picking everybody's trash up with a 96-gallon container. So let's just round that off to 100 gallons just to make math easy. 80% of everything that we put inside that trash container is a recyclable material. So if it's a recyclable material, why would we need to deliver 2 100-gallon containers to somebody's house to do recycling? If they're truly doing recycling, they don't need to double their amount of volume space, storage space that they have for their recycled goods. So it's just a matter of doing the math. I'm on public record when we were discussing recycling a long time ago, when Bell Counties and some other agencies came in to talk to us about recycling and trying to get our business. And that discussion came up about what do we need to do. I studied recycling, and I am on the campaign trail. You can read my book. Page 8 talks about a regional solution to solid waste. So in short, do we need a lot of different cart sizes for trash versus recycling, or blue bins versus green bins? I think what proves that our recycling program is successful is that the size of the green bins grows smaller, because that's only 20% of the materials that aren't going to go to recycling. Recycling is going to be important for our community because the Temple landfill only has a certain lifespan. If we begin to recycle 80% of our solid waste, we will extend the life of a landfill in Temple.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clark. Mr. Kilpatrick, same question.
As I've stated before, recycling is a reality. It's going to be something that not only is as good stewards of our environment, it's something that we have to do economically also. So, but I will agree with Councilman Cigar and Gilmore. The city staff is looking at the mechanisms of how to do it to present to the council. I don't intend to jump ahead before them and say that I have a solution on how to do it, but I know that we're going to have to do it. Now, the city manager must have the opportunity to engage his staff, bring back to the council those options. I know he won't bring just one, but he'll bring back options. And then the library debate at that time will convince how we do it.
Thank you, Mr.
Recycling, it's a must. It's gonna happen. This question keep coming up. And I had the opportunity to spend 13 years in Germany. And the Germans, they do a very good job recycling. We can learn a lot from them, but the population of our community is growing. I don't know all the answers. I don't get paid to know all the answers. I get paid to vote, to study what the city manager and that department head give us. And right now, from the elected officials up here, Mr. Gilmore and Mr. Cigar said we have 6 more months, but it's gonna happen, people. We're gonna have to recycle. In the newspaper, Temple said that we only have like a lifespan to 4 to 5 years at that landfill. It is gonna happen.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the city council candidates tonight. We thank you for your time. We thank you for coming out here on behalf of the NAACP, the Killeen Texas chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, the members of the Mu Theta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and LULAC. We want to thank you for your time. You can have a seat. We thank you very much, and we wish you best of luck. Thank you.